All right, y'all. Welcome back to a show, another show that we're gonna name today called the Dingy Michael Jordan Tennis Shoe and Butt Naked Popeye Chicken Show. We're gonna be dealing with a topic about this crazy ass dude who waited all the way till he became rich or successful to, act the ass out in society, which is kind of backwards. So let me get this straight. When you were poor, didn't really have much. I mean, you acted the ass here and now. Probation violation. Maybe 6 months in the county jail for domestic violence or some shit like that. But, damn that, you finna go extra hard because you gonna wait till you get rich and then you just gonna act a complete idiotic ass and damn near catch a life sentence in the feds. Y'all check out this damn boy.
I just left the courtroom for the bond hearing for my son for the release for the third time. This time it was very fair. The judge was very fair. He wasn't pro-prosecutor, he wasn't pro-defense, but he was pro-justice.
We want to begin now with some breaking news. Rapper Lil Durk is...
The judge just read the conditions for Durk's bond release. It was announced good news for rapper Durk. The prosecutors want to use several pages of new evidence against him, which will delay the trial, which will allow his lawyers more time to figure out a bond release or house arrest agreement until the trial. But to understand his release date, it's important to know his new charges. It was announced feds believe Durk was also behind the attempt on Quando Rondo in 2021. In the evidence files, it reads, surveillance footage and witness testimony related to the attempt of Quando in Georgia. Also reading, Durk raps the line, they're on my page like Slide for Vaughn. I know they trolling me. In his podcast, he said, for some reason, I just don't see them comments anymore, as it shows that the feds are using the date of the song's release to line up with Quando Rondo being targeted. But they're also trying to get OTF Diddy on their side to go against Durk. However, Diddy is trying to remove himself from the case altogether.
And that's what Diddy did. He's basically saying all this evidence y'all got against Durk got nothing to do with me. Why you got me charged with Durk? And that doesn't mean he's going against Durk. That just means he wants his case severed. And I'm telling you, if it's severed, it helps Durk. Because one of the main connective tissue to this conspiracy is saying that Durk told Diddy to hire. Diddy's saying, I ain't get told to hire nobody. And I ain't hire nobody. What are you talking about? Why would I hire someone? That's his thing.
But there's new evidence from an iMessage group chat which reads, Durk is facing allegations from federal prosecutors that he put hits on O-Block members for not retaliating for King Von. Prosecutors plan to introduce testimony from a witness who claims Durk gave the orders. In the evidence files it reads, Durk feuds with Munna Duke over his belief that O-Block members were not retaliating for King Von's passing. Whack 100 reacted, revealing the truth of the snitches going against Durk.
To life by basically saying he's guilty of for hire, and the only thing that, like, yes, some of these things look suspect. Why'd you go there? Why are these people going there? Why'd you send this message? But nothing. There's no message that they got that says where Durk says y'all that Quando yet. Nothing says that.
No, you missing the point. Okay. They got a witness already cooperating on that. Been had one. We just ain't seen what they said. It's 3 years. One of the cooperating.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so that's co-conspirator too.
I don't know. You don't need too much more than that. One of the is cooperating. Then in the paperwork, you got the conversation. They say they had it in and out. The other two was figuring out how they getting paid.
During the court hearing, Durk's lawyers submitted their applications for Durk's release. This resulted in news of words from Durk's father have Durk being released on bond. With this being his third attempt, his lawyers made an offer so great the judge can't refuse it.
I just left the courtroom for the bond hearing for my son for the released for the third time. This time it was very fair. The judge was very fair. He wasn't pro-prosecutor, he wasn't pro-defense, but he was pro-justice. So he listened to all the evidence, and he's gonna give a ruling in the next few days about what his position is for the bond. But we were very pleased at how it turned out. So continue, family, friends, and fans, continue to keep us in your prayers, and we thank you. And inshallah, God willing, this be victorious for us, that we have a good ruling in our favor.
At the same time, the prosecutors dropped evidence against Lil Durk. The news wrote, Durk's court hearing had the prosecutors telling the judge they are willingly throwing away evidence against him, but they read it out loud during his court hearing in front of everyone. As they dropped the lyric evidence of Durk rapping, "Told me they got an Addy, they got the location, go, look on the news, see your son screaming no."
Right now, the search is on for 3 people who police say at a Savannah rapper, a member of his entourage. It happened in Los Angeles, and cameras captured the aftermath.
This man, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sight.
After months of legal drama and postponed hearings, the courtroom has now given fans an update on when Lil Durk might finally be released. But it's not exactly what everyone expected. First, a quick recap for those who aren't fully caught up. Lil Durk, born Dirk Derek Banks, was arrested in October 2024 and charged in a federal murder-for-hire case tied to a 2022 shooting that killed Lil Pab, the cousin of rival rapper Quando Rondo. He pleaded not guilty and has been detained throughout the legal process. Since then, his legal team has pursued multiple bond hearings, but federal judge Michael Fitzgerald repeatedly denied release, citing concerns about Durk's flight risk and the gravity of the charges. Now here's the key update. In recent court proceedings, a judge has announced a new anticipated release timeline tied to the ongoing trial schedule. According to reports from court observers and multiple legal timeline updates, the murder-for-hire trial, originally slated for earlier, has seen numerous postponements. Earlier projections had Durk's trial set for January 20th, 2026, but that was pushed back again as multiple co-defendants requested more time to prepare. Depending on how the calendar shakes out, the trial could realistically start as late as April 21st or April 28th, 2026, with some legal observers even pointing toward May 4th, 2026 as a possible start date. Here's what that actually means for Lil Durk's release date. His freedom is now largely tied to the trial schedule. Federal defendants typically remain in custody until either bond is granted or a trial concludes. And so far, bond has been denied repeatedly. So while the judge has announced updated court dates and deadlines, there hasn't been a simple go-home day handed down. Instead, what you're seeing is the judge setting the next major trial timeline, which gives fans the best available estimate for when Durk might be released if convicted dates shift or if bond becomes an option down the line. It's also worth noting that Lil Durk did manage to stay creatively active during this legal battle. His album Deep Thoughts dropped on March 28, 2025, while he remained behind bars. But from a legal standpoint, judges and prosecutors are balancing complex factors: the severity of the charges, the volume of evidence, co-defendant coordination, and procedural rights. All these are part of why trial and potential release dates continue to shift. So to be clear, there is no single fixed release date yet just because a judge announced future court dates. What we do have is an updated schedule that gives the most accurate timeline available right now. Expect the judge to reconvene multiple hearings and trial prep sessions through spring 2026, with prospective trial start dates in late April or early May 2026. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment. Do you think Lil Durk will get bond before trial? Let me know below.